Hello, everyone. How is everyone today?
Hello, hello. Welcome to the live.
All our fans.
You've got no fans.
You on TikTok? I can't see you.
Yes, I am on TikTok.
Why can I not see you?
Yeah, there we go. We're showing us live now. Welcome to the live, guys. I hope you're having a good day so far. We are going to have the standard live today of the Q&A, and Sam and I are going to source in the background as well. And we figured you guys can source along with us if you want to. You can ask questions, and if we find any good leads, maybe we'll be nice and hand them out.
You declined my TikTok, mate. Please accept.
Interesting.
Reese is trying to.
So, how you doing today, Sam?
I'm good, mate. I'm good. Car's giving me aggro, but apart from that, I'm good.
Yeah, what's actually happened with the car?
Mate, just I had an engine light on for some part I've never heard of in a car ever. So I had to get that fixed, and then that was like 250 quid, and then I had to get two new tires on it, so that was 500 quid, and then I had to get a service, and that was 300 quid. So a nice £1,000 day just on a car, which I don't even like.
Yeah, that's the problem with cars, isn't it? The whole point of them is for you to drive around and earn money and whatnot, and just cost you so much.
Mate, it's just money pits. I absolutely hate cars. I always said next car I get will be a lease, and then I won't have to deal with any of these problems. But I can't even do that now when I'm moving to Ibiza, so it's just going to be another money pit.
Yeah, I'm still debating that Tesla electric car scheme thing, but we'll have to see how that goes, because I think getting a Tesla in the same couple of months as paying a videographer is a little too scary for my taste.
But it'll make a good video.
It will make a good video. Like, how reckless can I be with my income right after having a child?
Yeah, it's not ideal. But I would definitely look at getting a leased Tesla, or at least some form of electric car, but at least 100%. If I was to do it in the UK, that's exactly what I'd be doing.
Well, the Teslas right now, it's £225 per month to lease ex VAT. But then if you don't want to put a huge payment up front, I can't remember how much it was, it's 339 ex VAT. And obviously we're VAT registered, so it's not bad. It's a salary sacrifice thing, isn't it?
It is pretty good, to be fair, for a Tesla. It is, yeah, it's pretty good. You can easily spend the exact same amount on like a Volkswagen or something else which is electric. So yeah, price wise, it's actually pretty good.
It is. Welcome to the live, guys. Let us know where you're watching from if you're going to source in the background. YR.RVN, welcome to the live, mate. He said, do you recommend keeper filters? Keeper filters we use very often, and we have pre-selected keeper filters in our mentorship, and we use that primarily for Amazon to Amazon. Sam, do you use keeper filters for OA that much?
My VAs do. I don't really. But yeah, my VAs use them for OA. Just not me.
Yeah, fair. I think keeper filters is good when you've got a database and a knowledge base, but I think for most beginners using it, I've just spoken to so many people who don't really find much when they're just getting started, and I think it's just more effective if you can filter the data more in depth.
Yeah, I think so, and I kind of like, you kind of need to know what you're looking at in terms of the filters. Like, it's very much trial and error. Like, it takes a while to really understand the filters, because otherwise, when you first get started, people go like real filter crazy, and they start putting filters down for like absolutely everything, and it just goes a bit mad. Whereas you need to limit yourself. Really, you want to stick to like, I don't know, 4 or 5 filters, and then that's generally going to be enough. Any more than that ends up being a bit crazy.
Yeah, I would definitely agree with that. That's probably too much lighting, I think. Brandon said he's watching from his warehouse dining room. Very cool. Welcome, Brandon. Welcome to the live, mate.
Welcome.
How are
mate.
you feeling? Yeah, how are you feeling after getting your shoulder news? That's pretty heavy for a 19-year-old.
Yeah, it's not ideal, is it? Not ideal at all.
It's the life of a fighter. Then they're boxers. They love to take a beating.
Yes, I think they do.
Andrew W said, hello, do you offer mentorship for someone who wants to start OA? Yes, absolutely, we do. We've got one-to-one coaching and group coaching. We have, so far as a company, I believe 180 positive reviews across all of our services with no negatives. And the people in our mentorship are incredible. We have a really, really great community of people there. We're very selective with who we work with because the community is really like-minded. Everyone supports each other. Everyone helps each other grow. Everyone engages and everything like that. So if you want to sign up to our mentorship, let us know. Drop us a message. We can schedule a call and have a chat, and we can see where you're at in your journey and if we can help you and if you're a good fit for the mentorship. And it's I genuinely believe, I'm not just saying this, I genuinely believe we have the best mentoring service out there. And the feedback we've had from our mentees is that they think that as well. Like, they've signed up to other mentors and had really bad service. They started working with us and have started to see very quick, very good results. So Sammy Boyd to my right is the head coach in our mentorship. He has been selling for about five years.
I have been selling for 5 years. 4 years full time, 5 years altogether.
Nice. And depending on where you're watching from, people on TikTok can see Sam's sales graph. We don't have it on YouTube or Facebook or anything. Matthew said, hello, what are you guys talking about? We're talking about Amazon FBA. So if that's something that interests you, welcome to the live. I understand if not, we get a lot of hate from YouTube, so I'm not expecting a lot.
I've got a message here, actually, which is interesting to see if anyone else is going. So it says, hello, you're going to the SaaS event in Leeds. So anyone who doesn't know, SaaS Seller Amp are actually hosting an Amazon FBA event in Leeds on the 17th of September, where I guess a lot of sellers will get together, and I don't really know what's going on, to be honest, or what they're really doing, but I know they're having a big meetup. They've had them, they do them like once a year, do one in the UK, one in the US. But no, I'm not going. 18th. Okay, he's correcting me. 18th. But no, I'm not going. I'm moving house like literally not long after that. I'm just too busy, got too much stuff going on. So unfortunately I won't be going. I assume, are you going as you asked the question? Sean, are you going?
Honestly, that's the first I've heard about it. First I've heard about it. When did you say it was? Sorry, 18th of when?
18th September, up in Leeds.
Leeds is really far from where I am.
Yeah, Leeds is rough.
Yeah, Leeds is really far. Probably not, but I will have a chat to the boys and the team and see what they say. Because to be honest with you, now we've got Tom. Yeah, to everyone out there watching, my mate Tom is a videographer. He's helping me with the content. So if you think our social media content has improved, let us know in the comments of the videos that you see. That would be really helpful because it gives us feedback to let us know if he's worth the money. Now I've got Tom working for me. Maybe a trip to Leeds could be quite cool content, but I don't know. That's really long. That's really far.
Leeds is a mission.
Especially from the southwest.
Yeah, Leeds is not. It's not somewhere I've got time to go to at the minute, unfortunately.
Brandon just said, "Get me in the ring." I was going to fight with just my left, but thought I may as well focus on Amazon. Yeah, that's fair enough, mate. Channel all that discipline and energy into making lots of money. It will be a very good choice in the long run. Andrew says, sounds great. Thanks. Can you tell me how much it costs, or shall I DM you first? Yeah, drop us a DM. You're on TikTok, so we can't message each other unless you follow us and we follow you back. And people have to accept our messages a lot of the times. So drop us a message. Someone in our team will respond to the message, and I can jump on a call with you. We don't talk publicly about the pricing, but we'll tell you in the call transparently. What the mentorship involves, just because it's been a long time since I've given the summarization of it. Basically, it's a 6-month program. where you actually do get lifetime access to the group. I know that sounds confusing, but at the end of 6 months, you stop getting access to any new material that comes in, but you still get lifetime access to the group. It has an Amazon FBA course that comes along with it, 76 modules, a 50K guarantee that will work with you until you hit 50K. It has weekly live calls with the group, one-to-one calls and chat with Sam where you can ask as many questions as you like. All of the team's collective resources and strategies. There's now quite a few members in Seller Smart, and we've all pulled our resources into the mentorship. And the network of people in there is incredible. And we've got lots of AI tools in there as well. And we teach you guys how to implement AI into Amazon. So it's very good, like genuinely really good. And our feedback and testimonials is all really, really, really positive.
We do absolutely everything. We are the best service you will ever sign up to, and you will absolutely love it.
Yeah. You're confident, and I love it. I agree as well. Like, if you're going to get into Amazon, you may as well learn the right way. And I think we're one of the few companies that actually teaches you how to do this properly with realistic expectations.
Yeah, that's the main thing, isn't it? It's just being realistic. We're not going to beat around the bush. We're not going to say the dream. We tell you exactly how it is, what happens, and what to expect.
For sure. Halima said, hello, guys, long time. Halima, welcome to the live. Thank you for joining. I hope you're doing well. How is Amazon getting on for you?
Hello.
We've got what I can only assume is kanji. Is that Japanese? My hip is shining now. No idea what that means. No one knows what it means, but it's provocative. Net Worth Feed said, hey, what's up? Hey, want a content distribution system that gets content reposted thousands of times? I'm good, thanks, mate. I'm going to kick you out just because you're not relevant.
Is that the reason?
Brockwell, hello. Welcome to the live, mate. Long time no see to you as well. How are you, my friend?
Yeah, Brockwell. I haven't had your name for a while.
Yeah, it's been a while. How's Amazon going for you as well, Brockwell? Jay, welcome to the live, mate. Afternoon, fellas. Thank you very much. How are you?
Jay, how are you, mate?
Jay said they are pretty damn good, guys. I really appreciate that, Jay. I misread that, and I said I thought it said they are pretty dumb but good guys.
Cheers, mate.
Andrew, is this something you could go full-time with and is future-proof? Yeah, so going full-time and replacing your income, replacing your salary is actually something we focus on in our socials. So we've got a whole bunch of social media content coming out in the next few weeks around what to expect from it, how it works, when is the right time to quit your job, how life-changing just making an extra $2,000 a month is. Let's say you're working a salary job. I don't know what your salary is, but let's say you're living on $2,000 to $3,000, something like that. If you can make an extra $2,000 to $3,000, that will absolutely change your life alongside your job. And then when you get to a point with Amazon that you're doubling what you're making in your salary for at least 3 months in a row, that's a really good indication that you can go full time. Everyone in our team goes full time. Sam's been full time for 4 years. I was full time pretty much straight away because I got into this after getting made redundant. And it's amazing. Amazon is the largest consumer marketplace in the world. It has the highest consumer trust in the world. So absolutely, I see it as future-proof. As long as money is still a tangible, transferable thing in the future. Who knows with AI? Up to me, Pappy Young Cutco. Very handsome haircut, Samwell.
Oh, thank you, mate. I'm glad you've noticed. I'll do it just for you.
I actually did notice, and I forgot to say, very nice fresh trim, Sam.
Thank you. I always feel better after a haircut.
Yeah, there's a weird thing with I didn't cut my hair. Do you remember I didn't cut my hair for 6 months because my missus told me not to, and I just felt so out of sorts for like 6 months.
Yeah, 6 months is a long time. Oh, my hair would be an absolute mess. My hair's a mess after like 3 weeks, let alone 6 months.
Yeah, genuinely. Jay said, yeah, good pal, stuck in work, wishing I was back home sourcing, pecking Sam's head. Yeah, that's what he's here for, mate. That's what he's here for. Definitely do it. In fact, you should do it more.
I'm gonna block you soon, Jay. I've had enough.
Jay is actually in our mentorship right now, and as you can tell by his comments, he's really enjoying it. So if you guys are interested, schedule a call, let us know. Abdul said, I can't get ungated in human indigestible with Holland and Barrett invoice. Abdul, keep trying, keep reapplying. How many times have you tried? It's always been part of the process that you have to reapply 5 to 15 times. My record is 21. I think that's what I said before, 21. I can't remember. It's been a while now. Been a long time. Only got rejected once today. But there you go. Yeah, you just have to keep reapplying. It will eventually work. There is a conspiracy in the background that when the human reviews your application, apparently they get scolded if they approve applications that shouldn't have been approved. So what they do is they just reject them without looking. So it's a really annoying process. Apparently, even Amazon are really frustrated by it, which is quite hilarious because it's far more annoying for sellers than it is Amazon. But yeah, you just have to keep reapplying and it will work.
Yeah, it's very frustrating, but yeah, it's just one of those things. It's just constantly spam it over and over until it finally gets approved. It will work. It's worked for loads of people in the mentorship, so there's no reason whatsoever why it won't work. It's just one of those things.
Yeah, 100%. Just got to be patient, consistent, and persistent.
Yes.
Jay said, got to point now where my best products have all sold out. £800 this week. That's £800 this week. Buzzing. Yeah, that's really, really exciting. I said to Jay earlier, but I'll repeat it for you guys. The people that we see do really well with this business model are very much like Jay, are very much like myself, are very much like Sam. They're the people who are very obsessive about it, think about it all the time, throw themselves into it, learn as they go, learn from their mistakes. Those are the people who do really, really well. You can do this on 10 to 15 hours a week, but it's so much easier if you're an obsessive type who really throws everything into it. So Jay's only just started and he's made £800 sales in a week. I was talking to Sylvia the other day, who is a 18-year-old at college. She did 3,500 in her first 3 weeks as an 18-year-old. Again, is she 18? Yeah, 18. Yeah, it's really good. And Brandon, who's in this live right now, who's 19, age is irrelevant, but you get what I'm saying. Like 18 and 19-year-olds making that kind of cash is really impressive. Brandon absolutely killed it in his first couple of weeks.
So Jay, it's your second week, or is it your second week or your first week? Even so, yeah, like £800 in your first or second week is very good, really good.
Hello.
What's up?
And it's important to note as well, 800 revenue is all well and good, but we've got to be making sure we make profit from that. So revenue on Amazon is a wildly different number to the profit you make, obviously. And a lot of people don't like it because of the fees. But I can tell you firsthand from running a prep center warehouse, if you have a business model where Amazon is hiring the staff members, their staff members are doing the job for you, they have their warehouse, they're prepping the products, and they're dealing with customer service, obviously you're going to have to pay fees to that. Again, like we run a prep center. It's very expensive in the UK to operate a business. So paying Amazon for the privilege of doing it all for you is a trade I would make every day and twice on Sunday, because it's just so incredible to have a physical product business model where you don't ever have to touch or see the product. I personally find that really exciting because I'm a sad.
Sorry, mate. I need to go. Give me 2 minutes. Someone's come around to move a tree for me. So let me help her. I'll be back in like 2 minutes.
All right, no worries.
Oh, they've done it. All right. I wasn't needed.
There you go. Abdul said, so do retail invoices work for ungating? People say I need wholesale invoice. Retail invoices work. We've been testing this a lot, right? In our mentorship and in our own stores. Retail invoices have fewer headaches than wholesale invoices these days because of Amazon's request for supply chain. So major retailers that have good invoices will be accepted for ungating. And if anything, they are often approved better than wholesale invoices, depending on the wholesaler, of course. So yeah, they absolutely do work. E-receipts don't work. It has to be a VAT invoice. And till receipts, if you did retail arbitrage and you went and bought the product in real life, that till receipt wouldn't work for an ungate, but it would work for compliance violations. And we have an auto ungater tool which you can scan, and it will help you get ungated in up to thousands of products, and it will help with future applications. Jay was telling me, Jay in our mentorship, everyone in our mentorship gets access to our software and to our auto ungator tool for free. Jay used that tool, and as a new seller, every application he was putting forward was getting approved in 1 or 2 goes. And we have feedback like that from our community members constantly, which anyone who's done Amazon before will tell you 5 to 15 attempts is usually the norm. But our tool is so good, it really helps overcome the problem with ungating. We're the first company in the world to build a tool like that, and it genuinely is incredible.
It is.
Jay said, need to get more stock in quick. Yeah, it's my second week, but really first week of stock being available. I'm tracking everything. Ungates will hit profit, but it's a necessary part. Okay, I see what you're saying. So you spend money on ungating and you're going to have to sell them. Yeah, that's totally fair. But I mean, it still sells towards your account. Every sale on your account is going to benefit your account health in the long run. So you do sometimes have to take a little bit of a hit in paying for ungates, but it is worth it as long as the product that you're ungating is profitable enough to compensate for any L you take on that. Obviously, you don't want to sell too much stuff at a loss, but in the first 3 months, it's still good to get it going. So yeah, really good job, Jay. Well done.
Well done, Jay, and well done with me for being a fantastic teacher.
Yeah. Sam actually did coach me quite a few years ago now, which is why we ended up working together. And Sam is a really fantastic coach. So if anyone is thinking about it, you do get access to the whole team. The whole team helps you for 6 months, but Sam will be your head honcho. He'll be the El Jefe, the boss. He'll be the one in charge, and you won't regret it. He's very good.
Thank you. Thank you very
much. King Arthur said, which hand to wear the wedding ring? It's your left hand, right?
Left hand.
I'm assuming he's asking, maybe he saw your wedding ring? Maybe. I don't have mine yet.
I don't know.
Apparently, my missus doesn't like it because she hasn't put a ring on it.
Oh, you need to put a ring on it, mate. What are you doing? Get even a Haribo ring.
I'm tracking everything. Yeah, so what Jay said there, I'm tracking everything, ungates, and we'll hit a bit of profit. That's a really important note to say. 99% of people we talk to do not keep on top of their leakage and don't track anything. You cannot do this business model unless you collect data and you're on top of everything. And even if you are making profit, if you're not keeping on top of returns and everything like that, that profit's going to be very quickly eaten up by all the costs associated to it. So you really, this is a side hustle, but it's a side hustle you should treat seriously, because otherwise it can end up biting you in the tuchus.
The sooner you treat it like a business, the sooner you'll make more money, and the sooner it will start running like a business as well.
For sure. Jay, all jokes aside, I've never recommend starting this without a mentor. Mind boggles. Yeah, everyone is different. Everyone believes in mentoring in different ways, and everyone's different. I'm a really firm believer in mentoring. If I'm going to learn any subject, I always get a mentor. And Seller Smart has a business coach. Obviously, we do coaching for Amazon. I completely agree with you, Jay. I think getting mentoring and avoiding the pitfalls of a beginner where you don't have to make all the mistakes. Amazon is very complex. It's a very what's the synonym for convoluted? It's a very overcomplicated business model until you learn how to do it correctly, and then it's actually pretty simple and it can be done in 15 hours per week. But you have to build to that time. But yeah, trying to go through this solo, don't get me wrong, you can. It's just going to take you a hell of a lot longer.
Yeah, I massively, and we obviously sell it, so it kind of seems like we're blowing our own trumpet, but we're not really. Like, I am a big advocate of mentoring as well. Like, every business I've ever started or done, I get a mentor. Like, I would much rather fast track the process, skip all mistakes, and just get into a position where I want to be a lot quicker. So yeah, I am a big advocate of them, to be honest with you.
I've just noticed Seller Toolkit has joined from Instagram. Hello, whoever that is. Is that Norm, or is it someone else in the team? I'm intrigued. Welcome to the live. Thank you for joining.
Hello, how you doing? So Lumol said, "What's your ROI for this month?" Just a rough number. Well, I'll give you the exact number if you want. Give me 2 seconds and I'll tell you. It's around 25%.
You're on 25% for the month.
It's around 25. Just loading that SDK. It is 25% for the month.
And that's as a VAT registered seller for anyone out there who's wondering. As a non-VAT registered seller, typically your margin is going to be a bit higher. The disparity between the two used to be a lot larger because Amazon was profit shifting to Luxembourg. They're not allowed to do that anymore. So it's gotten a lot closer between VAT and non-VAT registered sellers, but there is still a small advantage. So as a non-VAT registered seller, you should be aiming for 30% ROI as a minimum, in our opinion. And then when you hit that VAT reg, you can reduce it if you want to, or you can be more selective with what you find.
He asked the same question. So Lumol said, "Could you get it up to 40%?" Are you like, could I get up to 40%, or just anyone in general? Like, the more you scale, the more you grow, the harder that is going to be to hit 40%. Like for me to get to 40% is probably going to be unlikely, very unlikely, and it's not really going to happen for me. Just because if you start doing like close to like 150, 200k months, to do 40% ROI is very hard. Like, it's very, very hard. The more you scale and the more you grow it, the ROI just naturally shrinks. You need to, like, if you spend 100 grand plus a month on stock, you're not spending that on 40% ROI stock because it's just not out there. So your ROI will take a hit and it will go down to 25, 30, whatever. But as someone who's like just starting and someone who's doing, I don't know, 10, 20, 30k a month in revenue, then yeah, 40k, I mean 40% ROI is definitely achievable.
Yeah, and that's true for most business models. The more you scale, typically, the more your profit margin reduces. Some of the biggest businesses in the world, you'd be very surprised to see what their net margins actually are. Obviously, very big businesses have very clever accounting as well, so I'm sure that's deliberate. Up to me, Pappy Young Cuck, lovely Terence said, "Who's Sam's mentor? God."
No one can mentor me, mate. I am God.
No, Brandon said I should.
I have had one though, you know, like like 3 years ago. I did have one. Even like when I first started, like 6 months in, I had one. I had a call with someone, and then about 3 years ago, I had 2 calls with someone as well. So yeah, like I definitely, I believe in, I do believe in it.
Brandon told me I should online arbitrage the ring. I need to get my misses. That's one of those things where you're not trying to cheap out, I think. But Brandon, I've had 2 returns. I've had 2 returns total 180 cog. I don't know how I claim it back, etc. Both are damaged by customer. So, excuse me, you need to input your cost of goods into Amazon Seller Central, and then you need to raise a case to reclaim or get a reimbursement within the reimbursement portal. Amazon are going to give you a silly figure where they'll probably give you like £12 for the cost of goods, but you have to just keep battling it. If they reject it, I don't know, Sam, I don't know what your current process is, but the way I've always done it is if they've rejected it twice, I then would email the managing director mailbox. And I've actually seen Sam does that after 1. Okay. So yeah, you want to keep your evidence summarized, collect your invoices, provide your sourcing costs, then email managing director. And if that doesn't work, I've seen some people have success with going to Amazon mediation. Amazon mediation is a paid service, but Amazon reimburse you for the cost of it if they lose the case and if you win. That is where a third party will make a decision on the outcome, and whatever they decide, Amazon agrees with. The people I've seen who do mediation for sourcing costs, I think they build up a backlog of lots of them, and they do it under one case. So there's lots of options you can do. A lot of people take the L and just lose the money. I'm out of principle, I like to chase what's rightfully mine. And Amazon used to reimburse you for a lot more money. It was actually quite profitable if they lost or damaged your stock. Very clearly, their shareholders wanted to save some money somewhere, so they've made the very unethical decision of giving you manufacturer buying cost, which is a load of nonsense, because obviously Amazon has way bigger buying power than your average seller does. But it's just a game we play. It's just another hurdle you have to jump. And if you have a good system, like our software automates the process of this. And if you have a good system internally, you can automate a lot of this by having template emails, keeping on track of your purchases, your invoices, and everything like that. So it's a headache in the beginning until you have a system around it working for you.
Yeah, for sure. And Brandon, was it Brandon who asked that?
Yeah.
Mate, in our group calls in the mentorship, mate, go to the recordings and search for reimbursements. They've done a whole video on how I manage all reimbursements and track customer returns and stuff like that. Have a watch of that, mate, because that will help you out a lot. And then Lou Mole said, how do you personally source, manually or storefront? I don't source that much anymore. Like, it's mainly down to my VAs. If I did source, and they source, like, they do every method under the sun, to be honest. But if I was to source, I'd probably do A2A, and I would probably do like a manual newsletter, that sort of thing. But yeah, there's many ways to source. They're all as good as each other. It's just whatever works for you. Some people are better at newsletters. Some people are better at storefront. Some people are better at keyword product finder. It's just figuring out what you're good at and run with that. It says, is ungating still hard? I guess it depends what you mean by hard. Like, Amazon are obviously very difficult. They've not changed. They're still being difficult, but it's just one of those things. Like, a lot of the time ungates work. It's just persistence. You've got to continually to spam the invoice and you will eventually get ungated. So it's I wouldn't say it's like a huge issue, but it's just an annoyance, really.
Yeah, and it's worth noting that, again, we have an ungated tool. So our ungated tool, depending on where you're watching from, will scan your account against up to 10,000 brands. It will automatically ungate the ones that you're approved to sell, and that in turn will help you with your future applications. So ungating is a headache, but genuinely, we are the first company in the world to solve that problem. Everyone who uses our tool has seen like hundreds to thousands of brand ungates, but then also, instead of doing 10 applications for an ungate, it takes one or two. We get that feedback all the time. So ungating can be challenging, but if you try the tool, it's genuinely worth it. And in our mentorship, everyone has free access to that tool.
Free access? That's crazy.
Mo said, how long does your ungate tool work for someone with no sales? Yeah, so it works in terms of how long it takes to process. It's the same for everyone. It will be less than 5 minutes. In terms of how effective it is for someone with a brand new account, someone with a brand new account using it the other day got 880 products ungated. And to give you guys context, some people who just get started sometimes take 1 to 2 months to get ungated in one or two brands. So 800 in 5 minutes is just absolutely absurd. And then you contrast that with Martin in our mentorship, who's been selling for years. He got 7,500 ungates with one scan within 5 minutes. So the more you sell, the more active a selling profile you have, the more effective it will be. But it's well worth it, even if you've just gotten started. Like, especially if you're just getting started, it helps so much with ungating. So it's definitely worth it. And also, you have to invest a little bit of money into ungating in the first 3 months anyway. You should find products that you want to sell and then invest in getting those ungated.
And Lumos asks how much it is, Sean.
Let me bring it up just to make sure no one changed it while I was away on paternity leave. Is it still $69.99? Do you know?
I don't know. I think so. I thought it was 60, but $69.99 sounds about right.
I can't send you website pages. Yeah, $69.99 for one scan, and then if you want to do monthly rescans whilst you're actively selling, those are $24.99. Well worth it. It's absolutely incredible. We've had really, really, really good feedback from people using that tool. Jay, if you're up for it, Jay was just messaging me privately 2 days ago saying how good it's been for him as a brand new seller. Speaking of which, Jay said, when do you guys think is the best time for me to start increasing ROI? 3 months.
Once you hit
or so-
like 2K in sales, I'm sorry, did I interrupt the question?
No, sorry. It's just, when do you think I should aim for higher ROI? 3 months or certain units sold? Go ahead.
Once you hit 2K in sales, mate. So with you, it'll probably be by next week. But yeah, once you hit 2K in sales, we're going to start looking to increase your ROI. You want to start looking at like 30% ROI and yeah, sourcing for that. At the start, we try and get you just to buy a load of leads just to get the ball rolling, understand the process, and help your seller metrics, and that will also help the ungating side of things. And then and then after that, we want to try and get that ROI up, mate.
Yeah, 100%. Prime Suspect, welcome to the live, mate. Thank you for joining. The managing director team hasn't replied. Approximately how long do they reply to emails? How long ago did you send the message? Because it used to be within a few days. Now I would say, what do you reckon, about up to a week?
Yeah, probably. So you normally you send the email, you'll get like a bounce back, or not kind of like a bounce back automated response, just saying thank you, we're looking into it. And then you'll probably get one back in like, yeah, between 2 to 5 days usually.
Bit of business days, though, isn't it? 2 to 5 business
Yes,
days.
it is.
Yeah, so it depends on the time of the week you sent it. Brandon, I'll check that. Then I'll probably answer all my questions. Yeah, for sure. Like I've Sam, I was going to say this to you actually. I got asked a few questions from mentees in our mentorship where there's actually loads of videos and live calls specifically on those subjects. So I think we need to remind people, hey, this is where you find them. Go through them; they're amazing, and like highlight the key ones.
We've got videos for every single thing. Like every topic, we have a video for it. It's very rare someone's messaged me and said, I'm struggling with this, and I've not been able to guide them to a video of something we've done. So yeah, make sure you go through those videos. There's so many in there, and yeah, we've covered so many different topics.
K7, welcome to the live. When you are that big, have you switched to wholesale now?
No, I don't really like wholesale, to be honest with you. If I was to switch to anything, it would be private label. But yeah, wholesale, I just don't really like it. It's not for me. So no, I'm still very much online arbitrage and A2A. And to be honest, I have no really intention of growing any bigger. So I'm going to leave it at that and then just continue doing OA and A2A, to be honest.
Potentially some brand direct.
Potentially, we'll see how that goes. But yeah, like you don't need to do wholesale. Like I know people selling doing OA and A2A, and they're doing like 3-4 million a year. Yeah, wholesale is definitely it's definitely not needed.
Brandon said my mic is quiet. Can you guys let me know if that's fixed it? I've just unplugged it and plugged it back in.
Sounds right to me.
Terry said, do you still have access to the course after the mentorship? Yes, Terrence, you get lifetime access to the course if you join our mentorship. Terry is a mentee in our mentorship. So yeah, you get lifetime access to the course. Mo, how will I know which brands I'll get approved on with the Ungate tool? Yeah, so we used to have a CSV that you could download and it will give you a list of everything that's ungated. And that CSV was fetched from Amazon's own reports, but the data on it was incorrect. And we looked into it and it was just Amazon's reporting is really bad. So instead, what we do is when you run the tool, there's a button that you click and it will take you to your Amazon applications page. There are 10 applications per page. And when you go through the tool, you'll notice like 300 pages of applications and all 10 will say approved, 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 approved. And then you can estimate how many you've ungated based on that. So if you have 700 pages of approvals, that's roughly 7,000 ungates that have worked for you. Which, as I say, for Martin, it was 7,500. For someone who's brand new, it might be 800. 800 is still absolutely incredible. And what you will notice is it will have a positive influence on your ungating applications when you try to get ungated with an invoice. What's the cost? That's $69.99 for the auto ungate scanner. But it's, as I say, it's free, and you can use it in our mentorship if you sign up. If you sign up to our mentorship group or one-to-one, you get access to our software and to the AutoOne Gator tool for free as part of the mentorship. Jay got over 800 and has been accepted every 10 unit ungate almost immediately. There you go. That speaks volumes. Anyone who's done Amazon for any amount of time will tell you that is absolutely insane. Ungating is by far the biggest headache, and that's why we as a company, we wanted to solve that as a problem. That is what we do at Seller Smart. We are Amazon sellers. We run across all the same problems everyone faces. We get equally as frustrated, if not more frustrated, like you guys do. And then we try to solve the problems with our back-end systems. So that's why we're a very unique company in the UK. We're the only ecosystem in the UK that has everything you need in one place. And it's been 2 years in the brewing. And we've got very, very good reviews and testimonials so far. So if you're interested and you want to sign up to any of our services, let me know in the DMs. Mo said, does it also work for 100 unit ungates? It does not work for any products that require you to provide an invoice. It ungates you in the products that you are eligible to sell based on your criteria. So Amazon has a trust system. The more you sell, the more you are likely to get auto approved to sell other brands. So what this does is, if you've just gotten started, there might be 800 to 1,000 brands you're allowed to sell as a brand new seller. Then you've been selling for 3 months actively. The next time you scan it, it might be 4,500 brands unlock. And it's because the sales data on your Amazon account gives your account credibility. So the tool works like that. It doesn't ungate you in ones that require an invoice. There's no way around that. And I wouldn't want to have a system that gets around that, because that would be breaking Amazon's terms of service. Everything we build is above board. Everything we build is within the rules. So yeah, we wouldn't want to tick off Amazon. Jay's, I've had 200 units, both accepted, once after 2 attempts, one first attempt. Yeah, amazing. There you go. Like that is unheard of. For a new seller, getting ungated within 15 attempts is impressive. So 1 or 2 is amazing. Prime suspect, MD email was sent on August 6th. Damn, that's really far away. You definitely need to follow up with that.
Yeah, you need to chase them up. You're not getting a response now. I would just resend the email again.
Abdul said, isn't brand direct technically wholesale too? 100% it is. One of the periods where I've made the most money was when I was doing brand direct. I really like it. I've wanted to get Sam into it a bit. The problem is, right, everything we do at Seller Smart, we're so busy. We've got so much going on. So every decision we make about something we have to do, we have to, like, everything is a trade-off. If we dive into brand direct, that's taking time away from something we should be doing in Seller Smart. So I think it's a good addition to add into our mentorship personally. Sam is the head honcho and runs it, so I'll let him be the judge of that. And it's something I would like to pursue. I also like the idea of pursuing private label down the line. I've always been keen on building a brand in the long run, but honestly, arbitrage in A to A and EU A to A, EU A to A, European Amazon to Amazon is one thing that we specialize in. All of those are incredible. And as Sam said earlier, like, we know a lot of sellers who do 3 to 4 million a year with that. So if when people think arbitrage isn't scalable, it is. Like, it absolutely is. It's just, it requires a lot of consistency, work and effort to get to that point.
Brandon said, what is brand direct? So brand direct is buying directly from the brand. So instead of like buying from a wholesaler or a distributor, you're buying direct from the brand themselves. So I'm trying to think what I've got around me. So let's say you got Yeti. I approach Yeti and say, I don't know what you say, something along the lines of, I don't really know what you say, but I'm going to make it very short and vague. I want to sell your products. I like this product. Can you provide me these products at wholesale prices? And then you then go and sell them. The idea of brand direct, you want to try and get, you're going to get LOAs, which gives you authority to sell. So you won't have any issues with any IP complaints or anything like that. And ideally, you want to then become like the main authorized seller for that list, for that product, so no one else can compete with you. But yeah, that is essentially the goal with brand direct, and it's a lot better than wholesale, because wholesale you still got so many different competitors, and the wholesaler who you're buying it from, they're obviously making their margin as well. And there's lots of people trying to take their little bit from you, so you're never going to get the best price. Whereas but brand direct, you should essentially be getting the best possible price, and you have no issues in terms of IPs or anything else like that.
Yeah, just to clarify, when Sam said you get LOAs from the brand, what that means is a letter of authorization to sell the product. So that's something you don't get in arbitrage. Arbitrage is buying and reselling existing brands. If you go down the brand direct route, the general rule is if you've heard of the brand, you probably can't afford to work with them. Most of the big brands are anything from 100,000 to 1 million as a minimum order. The ones that are effective for brand direct are the small to medium sized brands. But yeah, as I say, for most people, honestly, for most people, arbitrage is a better option. Most people in this live podcast, I would say arbitrage is a better option, because you still need a lot of capital to do brand direct. And to be honest with you, a little bit of experience, a little bit of knowing how to benefit the brand you're trying to work with goes a long way. You absolutely can do it, but arbitrage is just so much easier and quicker to get started. That's why arbitrage is the primary focus of our mentoring. Lumo 965, welcome to the live. Is there waitlist on the mentorship, and how much does it cost? Do you guys use Claude? Mate, I live and breathe Claude all day long. I love Claude. Is there a waitlist for the mentorship? There is not a waitlist. You can schedule a call with us. We are quite selective with who we work with. So Lumo, I've just given you a follow. If you want to follow us, we have to follow each other so we can send each other DMs on TikTok. We are quite selective with who we work with, because the group is really, really positive and everyone helps each other. We don't want to bring anyone into the group who's going to disrupt that. So we want to find out about you in the call. We'll tell you all about what the mentorship is about. We can even give you a visual on the call showing you what's in the community. We only have 5-star reviews. We have really, really positive reviews, and everyone in the community would vouch for us that we're a good choice. And the biggest bit of feedback we hear all the time is, I've done other people's mentorships. Yours by far blows it out of the water. Ours is by far the best. So one thing we need to improve on in our company is marketing, because people say all the time they wish they heard about us first. So that means I need to do my job better of making sure people hear about us first. Abdul said, don't most brands hate Amazon resellers and get a bad rep? Talking from experience when I email them. Yeah, so to give the full picture of what Abdul means there, Amazon sellers pretty much are notoriously hated by everyone in the supply chain. So you've got, I should say Amazon in general is hated by everyone in the supply chain. So you've got brands don't like a lot of Amazon sellers because they crash prices. If you've built a brand and you want your product to sell at £50, and you've got Amazon resellers selling it for £25 at a loss, that is going to change the public's perception of how much that product should cost. So instead of going to the high street where it's £50, they just go to Amazon and buy it for 25, even though the sellers on the listing are losing money because people who tank their listings are idiots. So brands get really frustrated by that. Wholesalers get really frustrated because Amazon don't make it easy with accepting their invoices. And then they get in trouble by the brand if they've provided too many products to too many Amazon sellers, which has caused tank listings. And then, yeah, there's multiple more layers to that onion. But essentially, to do brand direct effectively, you need to go in with a service-based mindset. You need to provide them value. You're not just saying, hey, give me your products, let me sell them. You need to go in with a service-based mindset. And I don't think it's worth looking into unless you've got a good amount of cash that you can invest and you have a good game plan of how you're going to benefit the brand, not just buy their stock. I've got lots of really good ways that you can benefit a brand, which I will happily share with everyone in our mentorship. I probably won't share it publicly. But yeah, we'll wait and see about that, just because, as I say, I've been pretty busy lately. Tommy boy, welcome to the live on Instagram. I see you over there. Okay, cool. We've had a little bit of a lull in the conversation for the first time. Sam and I were supposed to be sourcing in the background, but honestly, the questions have been so busy today, I haven't had a chance to do that. Have you been getting on your side, Sam?
I have been sourcing. I found one product. But I've actually a friend of mine is on the listing, so I just sent it to them just to see how quickly it's actually selling before I go ahead with it. So once I hear back from them, I can figure out if it's actually a decent lead or not.
Do you know when you are on a retail website and you right click and you select SaaS search?
Yes.
That is being unbelievably slow on my side. I'm assuming that's because of the live, maybe.
Yeah, mine's been super slow as well, and I think it is because of the live.
Right. Okay. That's a shame.
Everything's lagging.
I've pretty much on my fourth click just found a lead, but I guarantee you I can't sell it.
I'm having a look now to see what I can find.
It's being so slow. When you guys are listening to these lives, are you doing it whilst pottering about doing your day-to-day life, or are you sourcing in the background? What is it you guys do in the background? I'd be really interested to know. Thunder said, what's a good amount of items to source weekly, like 5 to 10 for OA? Like what should you aim for? Thunder, that's a really good question, but it entirely depends on how many hours you're putting into your sourcing sessions. If you're doing 8 hours a day, then you should be finding, I don't know, between 5 to 6 viable leads per day on average over the week. If you're doing 2 hours a day, then that number is very different. Maybe 10 viable leads over a week is a good shout. It entirely depends on how much time you're putting into it. And it depends on your experience. How much data have you collected? Because obviously someone with more experience and more data is going to find it a lot easier to find products than someone who's just getting started, which I believe you're a beginner, right? I think you're in your first few months of starting. Abdul said, would you say A2A EU because prices seem to tank less compared to A2A UK? So I've got a good story for you guys, right? SellerSmart as a company basically started because Cal, Reese, and I, when we were selling in our own stores, we developed systems and bots to automate a lot of the back end and to find EU A2A leads. So for a year, all we did was EU A2A because we developed a bot that would find 12,000 leads in a day. And it was impossible to go through all of them, obviously, but we had a system where you would have your thousands of leads and you would click through them one at a time and review them manually to see which ones were.
Your mic's gone, mate. No, I still can't hear you. That soundboard of yours, mate. Needs to get sorted out.
You should be able to hear me now. Can you
Yeah,
guys?
so
Okay, yeah. Sorry, my soundboard froze. Exactly what you said. Okay, perfect. Thank you, Halima. Yeah, so I could buy like 100 leads in a few hours going through this tool, and if you source manually, your 5 to 6 leads over an 8-hour day is a good day. So but I want to be specific. That was just for EU A2A. It wasn't for arbitrage. So we did EU A2A for a solid year, and we did really well with it. It was really fun, really exciting. It was really good. We had to hire VAs to go through the leads because it was just there was too many, too time consuming. The thing with EU A2A, it is less competition. Your products will tank less. You don't have to rely on price drops because in Europe, things are just way cheaper than in the UK. So it's really good there. You do have to be careful with import duty. So import duty kicks in when you import stuff from the EU to the UK at £135. I have no idea how. Amazon sometimes allows you to get your basket to £150 before the import duty kicks in. I don't know how they've gotten away with doing that, but sometimes it works. And you have to be very aware of your shipping costs. If you're shipping anything large or heavy, that's really, really expensive in comparison to something small. Prime accounts will help you get access to Prime Day deals, but it won't speed up your delivery with EU A2A. What else is there? You need to use a currency exchange converter so that you can estimate how much a product is going to cost. And you need to establish how much a product costs at checkout, but you will get to a point of doing it where you can figure it out intuitively just by looking. And when you're doing EU A2A, if you pay for your stock with Amex, that's going to cost you more money than if you just pay with a standard credit card or debit. And that's because of Amex's international fees. So if you're using Amex to buy your stock, you're going to get lower margins with EU 8A. Not massively. It's 2.99% plus 70p, 30p, something like that. I can't remember. But you can set the currency at the checkout, and you can see that paying in euros or paying in pounds is going to cost you a certain amount. It can be really good. It has headaches. You will have to deal with returns can be annoying. You will have to deal with order cancellations. You're going to have to call Amazon to get your account unlocked if they block your account, which it always works, but it is a hassle. So EU 8A is really good, but it's not. It's like everything in life. It's trade-offs. It's good, but it has headaches. We have an entire presentation in our mentorship about how to do EU 8A, and anyone in our mentorship gets access to our software. With our software, you can do EU 8A sourcing with it, so it's very, very good. So it's yet another thing that's why our mentorship is so good to join. Brandon is prepping his stock whilst listening to us. I think that's a fair shout. That's, to be fair, what I expected. Is that Tranger or Tranger? I don't know how to pronounce that. And how do you resource in these 8 hours? How do you find a product? So if you're sourcing yourself, or if you're using a virtual assistant, typically we recommend using Keeper and SellerAmp SaaS. And there are multiple different sourcing strategies you can follow. What I would recommend is picking one or two and sticking with them. So email newsletter sourcing is really good. Storefront sourcing with SellerAmp SaaS is really good for beginners. And then using Keeper to do Amazon to Amazon is really good. That's what I would say. K7 said, what is the difference between EU A2A and UK A2A? Very good question. UK A2A is I buy something from amazon.co.uk, usually when it goes on offer and the price goes low. And then I wait for the price to recover and I resell that product back on Amazon when the price goes high. In EU A2A, I might be buying from Amazon Germany, Spain, France, Italy, even Sweden. I might be buying from any of those places. Typically, it's not due to a price drop. I'll give you an example. So like Garmin watches might sell for 400 quid here, and you might be able to buy it in Germany for 250 euros. I'm not saying you're going to go out and find that right now. I'm just using it as an example. Obviously, 250 euros is going to be about 220, 225 pounds. So if you're selling it for 400 in the UK, so it's a really good ROI. And typically speaking, it's less competition. We didn't really have competition as an issue when we did EU 8A. And Sam actually messaged me and he was like, how are you on every EU 8A listing before I even find it? And I was like, aha.
Yeah. Oh, that was very shocked, when I was looking at any listing, and Sean's store was always on it every single time before I even found it. So it was it was pretty good.
So yeah, that's the difference. In the UK, you can use your Prime buying account if you want to. If you want to take, everyone can have their risk tolerance. A2A is okay. Prime accounts do say it's not for reselling. The worst that's going to happen is you're going to get your buying account closed, as long as it's separate to your selling account, which it should be. Everyone we know uses Prime accounts, and they're always fine. But it's up to you with your risk. So. You can use that for EU A2A. You can't use Amazon business buying accounts with EU A2A. They don't work. You can only use personal accounts. Typically, about 3 buying accounts works. Terry's just said, Terry in our mentorship has just said, stop telling people about EU A2A now. All right, Terry, I'll stop. I'll leave it there. See, that's what I'm saying, guys. We're giving you the source. K7, is it against Amazon's terms of service to buy using Amazon Prime for resale? Yeah, so I read Amazon terms and conditions a long time ago, because a lot of people online say Amazon to Amazon isn't allowed. That didn't make any sense to me. So I read the terms and conditions. It doesn't say anywhere that is disallowed. What it does say is Amazon Prime is not allowed for reselling. Everyone still does it. Like, everyone still does it. And you get your deliveries faster if you do. So it's up to you whether you want to or not. We have evidence to show you that Amazon to Amazon is allowed, though. I've spoken to Amazon account health support team many times where I've asked them, can I sell a stock I bought from Amazon? I've shown them Amazon order IDs. They've always said it's fine. On Amazon directly, if you get an IP violation or an authenticity complaint, two of the ways you can remove the violation. One of them is by providing an Amazon invoice. The other is by providing an Amazon order ID. If you use the Amazon order ID, almost instantaneously the violation gets removed. So why would that be an option if we weren't allowed to do it? You know, it's just I'm almost certain people say you can't do it because they're trying to reduce the amount of competition in it, which is fair but dishonest.
That's not us.
K7 said, by separate, do you mean separate email? Yes. So your Amazon selling account. So K7 for you, your Amazon selling account email address, k7@k7sbusiness.com. That is your selling account. You can never buy products to resell on Amazon with that account. You have to use a completely separate email address. You can have 3 personal buying accounts, so 3 separate email addresses, and you can have 1 Amazon business buying account. So that's 4 in total. If you do more than that, typically we see people getting order cancellations quite a lot. And the reason for that is Amazon has automatic systems that close buying accounts very frequently. You can call and get it back. But if your buying account is associated to your seller account, when they close the buying account, that also closes the seller account. It's a very expensive thing to fix. We have an account recovery expert in our team who can recover that for you. It'll be really expensive, so don't do it. It's just far safer to have your seller account being an email address and all your buying accounts being different email addresses. Splendid Chick said, hey, so do I always have to buy from wholesale and send my products to Amazon? Splendid Chick, no. So what we do is arbitrage, where we buy and resell from major retailers, from Amazon directly, from Amazon in the EU, and we resell them on Amazon. Typically, you would do your own prep of the products, and then you would send it to Amazon, or you would send the stock to a prep center who puts all of your custom labels on the products, polybags them and everything like that. And then the prep center sends it to Amazon. We have a prep center, by the way, if anyone wants to sign up. So you don't send the products directly to Amazon straight away. You have to prep them first. You can use wholesalers, but in our opinion, you need at least 20 grand to do wholesale properly. You can do it with less money. It's just more risk and a lot more competition. Sam, I've been talking for a while, so you can answer the next question. Abdul said, what's better for sourcing, A to A pings, or A to A keeper, or both?
All of them, everything. It's dependent on you and what you prefer and what you're best at. Every sourcing method is good in its own right. It just depends on the person using it. I know people who do really well at storefront sourcing. I know people who do really well at A2As or keyword product finder. Like, they're all good. It's just down to the person using it. So I would try them all, see what you prefer, see what you like, see what you get the best success with, and then just run with that.
I just realized Monday is a bank holiday.
It is.
Okay, interesting. Forgot about that. Okay, K7 said, is the same payment method billing address fine? Right, so, okay, I see what you're saying. So for Amazon accounts, yes. Sam doesn't do this because he hasn't had this problem. What we do to mitigate some of the problems we had with account closures is we have, say you've got 3, I just realized I'm Inglorious Bastardsing. I'm either doing that or that.
I'm not
seen that. Oh, okay, fair enough. Anyone who's seen that film will understand what I mean. So say you have 3 buying accounts, right? Account 1 for me will be Sean on the account, Sean on the payment card, and it will be my company's house registered business information in my billing info. Your billing info always has to be your registered company's information because HMRC will not accept that for tax purposes if it's different. Always has to be that. Account number 2 will be my partner's name and her name on the bank card. And then it will account number 3 will be her sister's name and her sister's name in the bank card. The bank card on the name on the bank card has to match the name on the account. Otherwise, that can trigger automatic order cancellations. We spoke to Amazon directly about that, and they were the ones who told us. Your billing information should be your company's information. Yeah, on all the accounts, that's absolutely fine. Sam has his own name on all 3 of his accounts, and he's fine. We know too many people who ran into account closures with that. So I think Sam's just been a seller for a long time, and he maybe gets away with it.
Yeah, so I just have first, second name on every account, same cards across all accounts. And yeah, it's never been an issue for me, to be honest.
Splendid Chick said, okay, sure. How much do you charge for your prep? Annoyingly, I can't send website links over TikTok, but in the link in our bio, you can go to our website and you can see everything that we do. And then from sellersmart.io, you can actually go to services and go to PrepSmart, or you could just go to sellersmart.io/PrepSmart. The pricing is listed there transparently on the site. So it's $29.99 for the subscription. We have automations in our prep center that are incredible. They'll save you 10 hours a week. That's why that cost is there, because that costs us money in the back end. Between 500 and 1,000 units is 45p plus VAT. 1,000 to 2,500 is 40p plus VAT. 2,500 plus is tailored pricing. The more volume you send, the cheaper it gets. And yeah, amazing service. We've just moved to a bigger unit. I think we have 60 clients now, something like that. And I don't believe we've ever lost a client. I'm going to have to double check that with the team. I don't believe we've ever lost a client, which tells me we need to chase up reviews and testimonials a lot more. Very, very good service. Splendid Chick, no problem at all. Thank you for joining. I've given you a follow back, and someone in our team will drop you a message. Be cool to have a chat and see how you're getting on with Amazon, see if we can help. Can you source products for people? I don't know any good, trustworthy wholesalers. Splendid Chick, how much capital do you have? Because wholesale might not be the best option for you unless you've got a lot of capital, a lot of cash, I should say.
Yeah, wholesale, you need loads and loads of cash. So many newbies, it happens all the time. All these newbies come on and they think, okay, yeah, I'm going to go onto Amazon, I'm going to start doing wholesale. Unfortunately, it doesn't really work like that. Like, unless you've got like 20 grand plus, it's going to be very hard to do wholesale successfully. You see online people say, oh, you can do it 100 quid, £1,000. It's just not going to happen. Like, it just really isn't. Wholesale, you need lots of money to do it. I would, if you're brand new, just starting, I'd recommend retail arbitrage, online arbitrage, A2A. And then once you've grown that to a decent size, you can then move on to wholesale. But yeah, you need a lot of money for wholesale.
Splendid Chick, I really enjoyed your autocorrect there. They tried to say wholesalers, but they said while saddlers, and then wholesales as 2 words. Yeah, 4K for wholesale, I don't think is enough money. You will find leads, don't get me wrong. You will find profitable products, but you're going to be competing with people who have much bigger capital, so they can just cut the price way cheaper than you. With 4K, arbitrage and Amazon to Amazon is the much better choice, in our opinion. Yeah, no problem at all. I've got, as I say, a Splendid Chick, I've given you a follow. Let's jump in a call tomorrow. I'd love to have a chat with you if you're up for that. We have to, yeah, that's fair. If you're new, we can definitely help you get started for sure. I'm really sorry to say I've got to go. I have to be gone by 4.
Just lastly, if anyone wants a message from any of us, please follow us and accept our follow request. If we don't follow each other, we cannot message you. So if you want to speak to us over TikTok, make sure you follow us, make sure you accept our follow request, and then we can have a conversation over the DMs. But it's hard to do that unless we're following each other.
Yeah, and if you're watching from YouTube, Facebook, X, then just drop us an Instagram DM or message us in our Discord community. We have a free Discord community with 1,700 members, so be sure to check that out. We've got loads of free resources. We have an amazing mentorship and one-to-one group and one-to-one mentoring. It is the end of the month, so I think we'll do a little bit of a push to get some more people in there by the end of the month. So if anyone is interested, we might do a good deal. And we have a prep center, virtual assistant recruitment, software, everything like that. We are the only ecosystem in the UK. We're very unique, as I said earlier. So really appreciate all you joining today. Thank you very much for your time. Sam and I are going to be live at what time tomorrow?
12-ish, I think. You've got a call, so whenever that's done.
Okay, perfect. Halima said, thanks for the live. Please keep them regular. They are absolute gold. Halima, thank you for the kind words. I really appreciate it. I did miss the lives while I was on paternity leave. I did miss them. And Sam, it's always good to have a chat. So, yeah, we'll definitely get them consistent again.
Most def. We definitely will be from now
on. Splendid chick. Awesome. Thank you for joining. Yeah, we'll be on tomorrow. And you and I can jump on a call tomorrow if you're free as well. Have a good day, guys. Thank you for joining. Bye-bye.
See you later, guys. Thank you.